This is the all-new Ford 2021 Mach-E.
So here we have the 2021 Mach-E Premium with the extended battery life.
What's all the fuss about, guys? This is the big, honestly, this is huge for me. Being in the industry for 16 years, I've been a Mustang guy forever and stuff, and here we are. There's been a lot of controversy about Ford and this vehicle, naming the vehicle the Mustang Mach-E. And you know, we're going to talk about that a little bit more as we go on, but this is the vehicle that everyone's been talking about. There's been a lot of buzz on the street about an all-electric Mustang. You've got the pony, running pony on there on the front there. You definitely know it's the Mustang. They gave it the badging. And 100% all electric, man. What's it all about?
Well, let's take a deeper look at this. So on the inside, actually first getting into the inside is very interesting. Is there anything weird about this thing?
What? Oh my God. Yo, yeah.
I'm trying to open this thing, but how do you do that? So the Mach-E has this really cool thing where it doesn't have any door handles. The only door handles it has is this little latch right here. So the way that you get in, you push this little button, door pops out, doesn't close on you, so that's cool. It's kind of like a safety feature so you don't get your hands or your fingers stuck. You just pull it, you can either pull it from, you know, the door or this little latch right here, and boom. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Now, let's go ahead and get in here. Look at that interior,
That's
man.
pretty trick.
Tesla, watch out.
Yeah. Right, Pops, as mentioned, all electric motor here, something new for 2021. We see this going into the future. A lot of automobile companies are going to be doing EV technology, and it's my first time up close and personal with a Mach-E, and I'm really excited to let's take a walk around. A lot of controversy around this car here, Pops. You know that.
Yeah.
I mean, from
first
being
all-electric vehicle from Ford. First of all, that's huge.
Big time. I mean, 43 years old. I personally have never driven an all-electric vehicle, let alone seeing Ford come out with one and name it the Mustang. Pretty big deal.
I think the Mustang King needs one.
Oh, of course, definitely, without a doubt. You know we're gonna get one for sure. Let's put all the stuff aside about whether, you know, we can actually call this thing a Mustang or not. Take a look at this vehicle. I mean, I think they did a phenomenal job. I think this thing looks great. I definitely see there's a lot of people have opinions on it, or not hating on the fact that they call it a Mustang, but put that all aside, I think it's a great looking vehicle here. It's pretty sleek. Front bumper, they got that pony emblem up there, giving it that Mustang feel to it. I like the hood. I mean, the quality of this vehicle looks really nice. Since this is an all-new platform for Ford, there's like so much to discuss. There's so much to talk about, so much to go over here. We're gonna give you like a brief rundown of the vehicle, a couple of the different models, talk about them, and then do a drive review. Let's see how this thing performs as well. So this is, again, the Premium.
This is the Premium.
The Premium with the extended battery life to it here. Yep. And look at that, walk around the back there. And there's again that look, the Mustang look. They've got the tail lights, kind of giving you that, you know, the white Euro style tail lights on the back, and the pony emblem, the running pony emblem.
Yeah, that looks clean. But sure. I like how they have the pony emblem, but they have like these lines going through it to kind of make it look like a futuristic, like I don't know, like a Tron version of the Mustang. What do you think?
I think she's good. Baby's got back. I think she looks all right.
She looks good.
Yeah,
she's thick.
Oh yeah. Thick. You know, it's like you're standing here looking at an all-electric vehicle that they name a Mustang. Looks gorgeous. Got that real cool Mach-E emblem on the side over here on the front door. The E4X. This is an all-wheel drive version, correct?
Yes, this is the all-wheel drive version with the extended battery life. I'm really excited to see how this thing launches and how it drives. The cool thing about this thing that I was actually reading about is that because of where the batteries are placed, it's actually got the same, pretty much the same center of gravity that a normal Mustang GT would have. It's just 1.2 inches above the center of gravity of a Mustang GT. So that's really cool. I'm really excited to see how this thing handles too.
Oh yeah. Again, trick wheels, man. Great aerodynamics, great look. I love the black roof look to it as well. Again, no door handles. You've got the push button stuff on it. Check this out too. Hey, Pops, what's this over here? Hey, where do you fill her up at? Where do you fill her up?
Where's the gas tank on this one, Bill?
Look at that. So, you know, talking about the electric going to electric, I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot more infrastructure here going forward from Ford and the other EV markets to allow you to charge these vehicles up because they do run on electricity. But that's where you go. Instead of filling her up, you're going to plug her in. Don't expect to hear a loud rumble or anything when we start it up. You're not going to hear a crazy exhaust tone or anything because there's no exhaust on this. Again, electric motor, batteries, that's how this thing runs. And a lot of people are questioning performance, you know, again, naming it the Mustang. How does it stack up? You know, I'm a real Mustang guy. Well, I want to see how this thing performs. And this isn't even the GT model. This is the premium model here. So horsepower numbers and torque numbers are lower than the GT performance version they're going to come out with.
But it's all electric, so there's a stupid amount of torque over there, and this thing definitely has performance. You don't need a motor for performance, and I think that's what Ford is trying to show people. So you don't need a gas-using motor or a gas-powered motor to have fun.
Of course. And we're going to have some fun with this platform. I definitely think this is the way a lot of the future is headed. Not to say that we love our gas vehicles here at Lethal Performance. We love making horsepower, superchargers, turbochargers, the whole nine. But we do want to embrace this market. We feel that this is going to be a great platform for us. I definitely feel that there's going to be a lot of aftermarket goodies for this thing here. And, you know, look, for a daily driver or something like that, for all you guys out there who have, you know, all those gas-powered cars making 900 horsepower, you know, running 8s and 9s at the track and stuff like that, who don't want to drive around, this is a sweet daily. This could be a great daily driver for you. For sure. And this is where the future is headed, for sure. For sure.
All right,
Pops.
Hopping into the new Mach-E. Did you hear that motor start? No, neither did I.
No, not at all.
That's weird.
No rumble or anything like that. I'll tell you, the first thing you notice though when you get in here is this monster-sized screen right here.
God, that's pretty. So this is actually a really cool feature. Ford had so much feedback from its users saying that they always wanted a volume knob, that they went full electrical. Basically you control the entire car through this screen, but the only button or knob in this car is the volume knob. I thought that was really cool.
And look at the dash too, real nice, you know, display screen to it here, all digital, right? Which is tons of features to it as well. Which is something that, and I'm not talking bad about Tesla, but this is actually a really cool feature because Tesla, the only thing that you have is this center screen right here. Nothing here to give you the basics, and I like that Ford paid attention to that. So right here you get your basics, you get your range, you know, you get some camera views, you have your mile per hour, and your gear selector. Not all the information you need, but definitely some of the information that you want. You see, it's got the dial as well to put it into your different drive modes. There are several different drive modes as well on this particular model. Correct. And the other Mach-E's. Correct.
So we're gonna go up here. You got your drive modes. So you got your Engage, which is basically your normal driving. You got your Whisper, which is your Econo or your Eco mode, and you have your Unbridled, which is really cool how they did that because it's supposed to be a Mustang. Yeah. So your unbridled version is your sport version.
Let the ponies out, man.
Let the ponies run.
Let the ponies do their thing, man.
Turn the ponies out.
Yep. Getting in the car, it's super comfortable. There's plenty of room in here. Got a lot of feet room to it. I think the interior looks great. They've got the Bang Olufsen sound system here. These are speakers that are built in here to the dash. Looks really nice. Got that like carbon fiber kind of look to it here. Leather. This is the premium version, so it's got a lot of nice interior options to it. But it's a very definitely luxurious. All Mustang Mach-E's come with this huge panoramic roof. I love that. That is pretty neat. I didn't even notice that when I first got in it though, but that's awesome. And does it like peel back to give you some more like sunlight to it and stuff, or is it?
It's just always opened. It's factory tinted. Makes you feel more, I don't know, involved with the environment. After all, this is a EV vehicle. So. Yep,
environmentally friendly electric vehicle. This one has the charging station as well. Yep. Charging station here to just put your phone down on it.
You've got your USB. You got your USB-C back there, so you can power up any of your little gadgets that you need. We got it. We got it covered. Beautiful steering wheel here. A few notches here. Makes it feel sporty, but still a comfortable car to drive. What I love right here are the door handles. This is actually what you pull to open the door. I thought that was a really cool feature. Beautiful leather stitching all over. Real comfortable and luxurious place to be, if you ask me. And this is a Mustang.
Speakers everywhere too from the factory. You just get the speakers built into the dash. You get the speakers here. It looks like it's got a pretty dope sound system. We got to turn it up, put some music on when we go for a test drive in this thing. Yep. Like a luxury daily driving car right here, man. So the car is actually running right now.
Yeah.
Right?
It's on.
It's on. All right. So
you can kind of hear it humming.
Here you go. You can hear a little more when you pop the...
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
There it is.
Look at that. Bunch of storage here.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that is the car on. It's just a little bit of humming, but you can't even hear that from the inside.
Yeah.
I like how they gave you a little divider here for some storage space. So, interesting feature about the front of the Mustang E is there's no way to open it from the Ford Pass or your keys or anything like that. The only way to open this is by the lever that's inside. So just something to keep note of. Other than that, you can control the entire car from your Ford Pass, which is the reason why Ford only gives you one key for this car, because you can do everything with it with your phone. And we'll get into more details about that later on in the drive.
Take a walk around, look at the trunk. Again, I guess we're rating them on how many bodies we can fit.
How many bodies? Okay, so let's see how many bodies we can get on this one.
So how do we do this thing here? Is it got a button underneath
button
there?
right there.
All right, just like a regular Mustang has there.
Oh,
right.
I'd say that's an easy 5-6 bodies.
Yeah. I mean, with the seats down too, I mean, we're probably like at least a half a dozen of you back there. So plenty of trunk space here. Looks like they got some more like courtesy lights back here.
I like how they put in the detail, how they give you the little Mustang right here. You get a little Mustang right there, just to remind you that you're still in a Mustang.
Yeah. This also have a whole bunch of lighting and stuff for you know, once you pop it open, if you have some access to lighting here. At night when you're unloading groceries or whatever, again, if you're going on a road trip or something like that, you want to set up a little table to make some dinner or some of that, you got some extra lighting. Pretty trick.
Yep.
Yep, look at that.
Button,
electric.
Brings the tailgate down.
Again, I personally think this vehicle looks really nice. I have no problems with the way they designed this car or calling it a Mustang Mach-E at all. I think it's got its place, and I think as we go forward and we see the other models come out, the GT version, GT Performance version, a lot of the enthusiasts are going to really know what this thing's about.
I want a quick death and an easy one.
Going unbridled Mustang style. Here we go.
Setting off in the new Mach-E Premium
2021 all-electric car from Ford. This is like our actual drive review here. We're going to do a little bit of Dragy testing.
We're going to go over numbers. We're going to go over some highlights and features. See what this thing feels like.
Quiet.
That is so cool.
It's quiet, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're used to hearing it rumble or, you know, pop a little bit.
No cams in this thing.
Nope. No exhaust.
No ghost tune for this one.
Nope.
All right, straight up. Let's see what this thing can do.
All right. Let's
Ready?
see. All-wheel drive. See, that puts you back, man.
Yeah. So, okay, so this trim of the Mach-E is the premium, and this one comes with 346 horsepower and about 420 pound-feet of torque. But the GT the Mach-E that Lethal's gonna pick up.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get the top of the line one because that's how we do it.
Yep. Gotta do it.
So that one is gonna come with, I believe, 480 horsepower and 635 foot-pounds of torque.
Think about that, guys. For people who are out there who have superchargers on their Coyotes and stuff like that, 600 foot-pounds of torque is nothing to mess with.
You're getting this bone stock.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. And it's like instant power. You're not waiting on a turbo to spool up. You're not waiting for any supercharger to build up the boost.
Here we go again. Wow.
Yeah. It's got kick to it, man.
Absolutely.
It feels really good.
Wow.
It feels fast.
Yeah. And it feels good for an SUV. Well, what do you call this thing?
Is this a crossover or I don't know. You can't call it a Mustang though.
Hey, I'll tell you what though, it feels really good for an SUV. And another cool thing, I think we've mentioned this before, the center of gravity in this car is only 1.2 inches higher than an S550 GT. Now think about that. Just let that sink in.
Yeah, for an SUV or however they're calling it. Yeah, well, it's instant, man. Awesome.
And you can turn that sound on. So when you floor it, you hear. That's just a sound generated by the speakers. You can turn that off, and realistically, you can hit 100 and not even hear a single thing.
You should be able to edit it, like load up whatever you want the sound to be.
Yeah.
Make like small, like quiet fart sounds, and have it go like louder as you go along, or you know, or a supercharger. This is like again, I think would be a great daily driver for you know, you got a lot of guys out there, a lot of our customers, ourselves. There's only so much drive around you can do. You know, 1,000 horsepower
fully
Mustang.
built race car.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's fun taking cruises and stuff on the
waking
weekend.
up the whole neighborhood.
Exactly.
And all that.
But just to be going around town from, you know, to and from work, going to the store or something like that, this is like a luxury car, man.
Absolutely.
In this trim.
Look at the interior.
Yeah.
This is nice. Again, leather padding everywhere you touch. Great sound system. Feels very comfortable.
Speakers everywhere. When you guys were setting up the cameras, you could hear the sound system. Got really good sound to it.
Yep, very impressed. Another cool thing about this car, so basically the Mach-E develops driver profiles based on whose phone connects to the car. So let's say you and your wife have, you know, you share a car. The car will actually detect and learn how both of you drive and adjust to it when you get in the car. So for example, let's say I'm more of a speed racer, you know, having fun everywhere I go, and my wife is more of like a calm driver or whatever. The car will actually adjust to each driver and tell you, you know, for example, I'll have much less range on the battery than she will, and she'll have more of like a comfort mode where I'll want to have, you know, unbridled on all the time, which is very cool. That's the other thing. So the modes in this car. So you're gonna have Engage, which is your standard
Normal drive mode.
normal mode. You got Whisper, which is your economy. You know, just throttle response changes, probably not as much. And then you have Unbridled, which I like how they did that, because, you know, you're
Mustang,
setting the horse free. You're unbridling
let the ponies
horse.
out of the stable.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, they give you one key in this car because essentially you don't need keys. You just have the Ford Pass app, and you control the entire car from your phone. And I feel like a lot of people are gonna wonder whether or not this is worth being called a daily driver. Like, is this a good daily driver? I truly think so.
I think so too, man.
You have luxury, you have technology, you have enough power to get around for sure. I'm very impressed.
The batteries and stuff. It's electric, runs on batteries. The batteries are what, built into the base of the floor of the vehicle?
They're in the bottom of the vehicle, kind of like Tesla. And they do that again for a lower center of gravity. Another thing that I definitely wanted to point out is with most of these new EV cars, and again, I'm mostly talking about Tesla, you just get one giant screen right here in the center. Now that is cool, for sure. But what I like what Ford did here is they gave you a little screen right in front of you just to give you the basic information. So you got, you know, your detection, you know, your lane assist, gives you your range, your battery meter, and how fast you go.
I'm sure you could probably change up the look of the display and what things you're seeing as well.
So
I would think so.
Depending on what mode you're in, it'll actually give you a different outline. So like, see how we're in Unbridled?
Yep.
It'll match the orange lines in the Unbridled, and the faster you go, the more it'll show up in the center.
Okay. Yep.
Engage, I think, is like bubbles or something like that, and Whisper is just like some waves. But Tesla has their own network of superchargers, and Ford also has their own specific network of superchargers. But in the upcoming months, they're going to be developing some stations which can actually charge any EV vehicle. It just won't be as fast as for example, the Ford isn't going to be charged as fast as the Ford charger. It'll just be a standard charger, the same way that you could charge a Tesla.
Like a universal.
Yeah, it'll be a universal charger.
So what do you do at home if you've got one of these cars?
So the cool thing about buying one of these cars is that Ford actually gives you the option to have a home-based charger. It's only $800, and it fully charges the car overnight. It only needs 8 hours to fully charge the vehicle. Now, that's obviously going to differ when you have the GT Performance package. That'll take a little bit longer. Whereas if you have the standard, basic, not the extended range battery on the base trim, it'll probably take 5 to 6 hours. But the cool thing is that they give you the option for a home charger, which doesn't break the bank.
I couldn't see anyone having this car without having a home charger.
Yeah.
I mean, you need pull it at the end of the day before you walk in the door, plug it in, and let it do its thing.
That's it. I think it's time for some Dragy action.
Why not? Let's do it, man. All right, so this is it, guys. All you Mustang enthusiasts out there want to know what type of performance we got out of these things, 0 to 60, quarter mile. We're going to do it in unbridled mode and see what this thing does. All right, this is what's up. Mustang King. First time driving a Mach-E. Feels great. Drive.
Yeah. Unbridled.
I gotta move up a little bit. I'm a short dude. How do you like it?
I love it, honestly.
The feel of it?
I mean, it's alright.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's no big deal.
NBD. Yeah, real smooth, man. There's that. Yeah, as soon as you let off of the gas on it, you could feel that, or the gas, the pedal, the throttle, right?
Yeah, take
you
your
say
foot
gas?
off the gas.
Yeah.
Take your foot off the lithium.
Yeah. Get on a little bit. It's instant power, man.
Yep.
Smooth as can be. I'm digging it, man. Mustang King has no problem pulling up in one of these things. For a daily driver,
Absolutely.
perfect, man. Feels like you got like good control of it.
Take the turn.
Yeah, rip on it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
That felt so nice.
Yeah, man. This thing's nice, dude.
We're definitely following the speed limit, so don't worry
Oh,
about
for
that.
sure. This is a closed course. Don't try this at home, people. No, I don't drive fast. All my driving reviews, people complain all the time because I don't like really go crazy. But I'm very careful on the streets. I don't street race or anything like that. Can you foot brake it? Will it build any torque while foot braking it or
Good
no?
question.
No.
Nope. Just turns off.
Yeah. Like the 2020 GT500, same thing with the DCT on it. You can't, there's no way to rev it up the RPM. There's no,
You gotta get into
torque
a
converter
specific
for it.
launch mode.
yeah, you gotta use the launch mode, the whole feature and stuff. Wanna put a movie on? We got the cinema-sized screen over here.
We got the snacks in the back?
Yeah. Someone banging from the front? Someone in there?
Is there somebody in the front?
Oh, we forgot Christy.
Chrissy's there.
Christy! So I'm wondering, like, how long is it before... Well, obviously there's going to be the performance GT performance model, which is going to make a lot more power than this one. But how long will it be before the aftermarket finds out possibly how to calibrate them?
Tune the battery?
Well, it's like the fuel pump boosters, how they put
Like booster pump?
extra voltage to it. Will there be a way to ramp voltage? I'm assuming that's probably what these different modes do, change the way that the actual motor sees
How much
voltage and
power
power.
it sends. Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But how long will it be before someone's able to do that? Especially with the locked PCM
Right.
and the over-air tuning, cloud-based tuning stuff. If there's a will, there's a way.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure someone at some point is going to figure it out. Pob's in the house. Pob's the new guy.
That's why they hired me, because Jared doesn't like to go fast on the street, so I can get the tickets.
Pretty much so. And he's actually really good remembering numbers and specs and names and stuff like that. As you guys have seen me struggle so many times in all my videos. I don't know how to speak and I can't remember things. I screw up like the most simple mathematical numbers, anything, specs. So that's why I have him. I don't think we have any other bald guys in the office, do we?
No.
No? So there you go. Now we got our bald guy.
Chad's almost there, but
Yeah. Chad, you should shave your head, dude. It's about time, dude.
come on, Chad.
Yep.
Join the team.
It's up in Lake Wales, Florida.
Visiting Weikert.
Weikert Ford, our good friends. Philip, Stephen Weikert. We got Justin. We got Michael over there. Those guys, again, treat us like family over there. The fact that we can come up here today on a Tuesday, they've got 3 cars ready for us. I mean, there's other keys. There's other cars. I think we should go and drive that C8 after this, too.
There's 2 other keys. Yeah, I definitely want to touch the C8. That 911's also calling.
Yeah. It's weird pulling up to a gas station in a Mach-E and knowing that there's nothing here.
Knowing that you don't need it. I'm so impressed with the interior of this thing.
Dude, all the leather stitched.
Everything.
Yep.
Everything.
56 grand. And you do get a, I don't think we've mentioned it, a federal tax credit of, I think, $7,500 when you purchase one of these.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty neat.
Going through it. Actually, yeah, try it right now.
All right, let's do it. Lane keeping on.
Yeah.
Oh, what, dude? That's crazy.
That is so
That's
weird.
awesome. Yo, hands off. Oh my God. I guess it only does that for you for like a certain time frame. At least I saw what Ken was showing me on the Bronco. But, I mean, see how long it does it for before it puts us off the side of the road. That's neat though, man. Like,
That is wild.
like, it was driving by itself. I'm gonna say again to like our fans and stuff, if you doubt this vehicle,
questioning the Mustang name on this thing.
Go and test drive one of these cars, and I'm telling you, you're gonna like it, and you're gonna see in person how nice it is.